President Muhammadu Buhari inaugurates 50 megawatts power plant. Nigeria Customs Service apprehends contraband worth over 300 million naira. And on the foreign scene, United Kingdom minister congratulates Nigerian president-elect on his victory. President Muhammadu Buhari has arrived Maiduguri, Borno State, to inaugurate a 50-megawatt power plant and other variable projects executed by the state government. The inauguration was part of his one-day official visit to the state. Newsman reports that Buhari was received on arrival by Governor Babagana Zulum, members of the state and National Assembly, and some top government officials. Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo has canvassed the support of the international community towards the stance of the African Union and the Economic Community of West African States against illegal takeover of governments in the continent. Speaking in Abuja while paying audience to a delegation from the network of African parliamentarians for defense and security committees who are in Nigeria for the troops' 7th extraordinary session, Osinbajo emphasized the stance of leaders in the continent on the choice of democratic governance as against military juntas and urged international organizations to join ECOWAS and the African Union in rejecting coups in Africa. The Vice President also stated that defense collaboration and information sharing among African countries must be accorded priority because security was not only local but an international issue that transcends regional and sub-regional borders. Wife of the President, Aisha Buhari, has expressed confidence in the ability of Nigeria's President-elect Bola Tinubu to deliver a country where unity, peace, and progress is sustained. In a congratulatory message which she personally signed in Abuja, the First Lady expressed optimism that Tinubu would work assiduously to deliver a Nigeria that is the dream of our founding fathers. Aisha Buhari, however, said the success recorded in the election was as a result of dexterity, foresight, and good intentions of the president-elect to carry all Nigerians along, irrespective of their ethnic and religious backgrounds. Federal Executive Council in Abuja approved 39.6 billion naira for various contracts for transmission lines in the Ministry of Power. Minister of Power Abubakar Aliyu, who briefed journalists at the end of the meeting chaired by the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, said the 39.6 billion naira contracts comprised of offshore and onshore components of $53 million and 15.6 billion naira respectively. He noted that the first memo saw the Council's approval for the procurement of transmission line materials for reconductoring works for the Transmission Company of Nigeria in favor of Messrs. Legacy Power in the sum of $6 million, which is the offshore value. Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs has warned political leaders and actors against making provocative and unguarded statements capable of dragging the country into unnecessary conflict and anarchy. The NSCIA said this in a statement signed by the Deputy Secretary General Professor Saliu Shehu and the Director of Administration Zubairu Usman Ugu made available to newsmen. According to the Council, while reckless statements from inconsequential individuals could be easily ignored, such could not be the case concerning utterances from political and religious leaders. Federal government and Nigerians in the Diaspora Commission have lauded United Kingdom-based IA Foundation for its construction of the nation's education sector. The commendation came ahead of the body's fourth yearly Black Tie charity event held on March 18 in the United Kingdom, with the theme Securing the Future. The praise was contained in a goodwill message signed by the Vice President, Yemi Oshimbajo, and chairperson of NIDCOM, Abike Dabiri Arewa. The Vice President commended the foundation for its effort in reducing the percentage of girls who are unable to access education due to poverty, insecurity, or poor orientation. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria has expressed readiness to commence the transportation of 2023 Nigerian pilgrims to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia on the 21st of May 2023. The Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of NACON, Alhaji Zikrullah Kunle Hassan, disclosed this at the opening of application forms and the inauguration of Aviation Monitoring and Airline Screening Committee in Abuja. In a statement, NACON revealed that 10 airlines applied to transport Nigerian pilgrims to Saudi Arabia for the 2023 Hajj, while 3 cargo airlines applied to transport the pilgrims' luggage back to Nigeria. The Commission noted that the airlines which indicated interest are bid for the job. The Commission charged the committee to ensure that all technical issues regarding the airport and aircraft were resolved on time, while urging the screening committee to work round the clock to submit its report on the 7th of March for onward submission to President Buhari for approval. NACON further advised all intending pilgrims to complete their registration with various state Muslim Pilgrim Welfare Board, agencies and commissions or through the Hajj savings schemes on time. It, however, submitted that the registration for the 2023 Hajj exercise will be closed so as to meet with the deadline fixed by the Saudi Arabian government. Federal Operations Unit Zone B of the Nigeria Customs Service has disclosed that it recorded 130 seizures worth 305 million naira between January and February 2023. A statement by the Public Relations Officer of the zone, Suleiman Issa, said 9 units of used vehicles, 2 units of means of conveyance, 324 bags of foreign rice, 50 kg each, were also seized within the period under review. He explained that the items were seized in contravention of the federal government policies on import and export. Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board says it has dismissed 2 of its staff for gross misconduct. In a statement, JAM Head of Public Affairs and Protocol, Fabian Benjamin, revealed the names of the dismissed staff as Biliaminu Isa Ishaku and Andrew Anebi, candidates from its Benue State Office in Makodi. JAM said that the dismissal took effect from 27th of January 2023, noting that this is sequel to their appearance before the Senior Staff Disciplinary Committee and the subsequent recommendations of the committee. The board added that it was directed to convey the approval of the dismissal from service to the board from the Minister of Education for serious misconduct. It also stated that the dismissal was in line with the Public Service Rule 034001, which defines serious misconduct as a specific act of very serious wrongdoing and improper behavior inimical to the image of the service, which can be investigated and, if proven, may lead to dismissal. JAM further directed the state to submit their identity cards and all other property of the board in their possession to the state coordinator, JAM Office, Benue State, for onward submission to the Director, Human Resources, with immediate effect. Presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has said he won the February 25 presidential election and he would prove it. Addressing his first press conference since the election was held and results declared, Obi said he and his running mate, Dati Baba Ahmed, were committed to reclaiming the mandate given to them on February 25.
This must be excellent. We must now require that we do the right things in order to generate the required confidence and moral authority to lead. As you know, the structure of a society begin and gradually progress when we act rascally, with deliberate manipulation of the rule of law and suppression of the rule of law. During my campaign posts, I said that we will govern by the rule of law, because we know what not doing that will bring about. And that's why we insisted that. Let me reiterate. And I assure you that good people of Nigeria that will explore all legal and peaceful options to reclaim our mandates. Please do not despair. We have elections coming up on the 11th. I enjoy you to go out, campaign, and bring our people to again come out and vote in an election. We still have so many massive support out there that we need for sub-national and state assemblies. Please come out and be part of that election. I assure you that I will be part of it.
He, however, urged his people to calm down and have peaceful conduct, and also encouraged supporters to come out and vote on March 11 in the governorship and state assembly elections. And moving on now, Nigeria Labour Congress has urged aggrieved political parties in the just concluded presidential and National Assembly elections to hold forth and do the right thing, and to also challenge their cases only in court. NLC President Joe Ajaero stated this when he led national executives of the Congress on a visit to the Association of Nigerian Aviation Professionals at the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria office in Lagos. He said losers must have the right to seek redress in court or even protest if they think that the contest was not transparent, free and fair. Economic Community of West African States Commissioner for Energy and Mines, Doka Sadiko, has said access and affordability remain an issue in some parts of West Africa as far as effective mobile communication is concerned. Sadiko spoke on regional telecommunications roaming issues, its guidelines and recommendations during an ongoing delocalized meeting of the Joint Committee on Telecommunications and Information Technology, Education, Science and Culture, Trade, Customs and Free Movement in Niger Republic. He disclosed that the Gambia, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia and Sierra Leone are connected to only one submarine cable, making their international connectivity vulnerable in the broadband market. You're listening to Citizen FM 93.76 PM News. Still from the foreign scene, United States has called on the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to address technical hitches reportedly associated with the use of the Bimodal Voter Accreditation System, BVAS, before the governorship and state assembly elections on March 11. Ned Price, spokesperson for the State Department, in a statement said Nigerians were clearly within their rights to have such concerns and should have high expectations for their electoral processes in the just concluded presidential polls. He therefore appealed with other international observers to INEC to improve in the areas that need the most attention ahead of the March 11 elections across Nigeria. Finally, from the world of sports, Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp has warned Manchester United that his team will give them a big fight on Sunday. The Reds beat Wolves 2-0 goals from Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Saleh, the result that ensured they moved up to 6th in the Premier League table. Klopp's men are still 10 points behind United ahead of Sunday's clash at Anfield. The Red Devils are looking to do the double over Liverpool, having won 2-1 at Old Trafford in August. Thank you for staying with us. That's about the size of the news. But before we go, a recap of the headlines. President Muhammadu Buhari inaugurates 50 megawatts power plant. United States calls on INEC to address beavers and technical issues. And we told you as well that the United Kingdom minister has congratulated Nigerian president-elect on his victory. That's the news as compiled by Aisha Shuaibu Badegi. To listen to us online, please visit citizenfm.ng. I am Didiana to stay with us. Super Citizen at Sunset continues in a bit.
Listen to Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Now listen. News on the hour, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m.